Alright, we need to stop with that shit.
And we're back with Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney Investigations, Prosecutors.
So when we last left off the night before the show,
I'm gonna fucking kill you if you say that one more time.
Alright, that's the last one, I promise.
Watch.
My joke.
Watch. They're gonna say it one more time, like actually in context, and someone's gonna refuse to read it because I'll fully murder them.
You ruined my joke. God. Sorry, I cut off the video. The video's ruined. We're done. We're done here.
I knew you were planning that, you little gremlin.
What the fuck? Did you just call me little shit?
Right.
It's not been 20 seconds yet.
Sorry, did you read the line? I don't think I heard it.
What?
We've already finished the investigation of the courtyard. You've been... Look, flips open book, puts on the shades, bested. Just insert the... Yes,
Me?
Just
Not
being
fair.
indeed. Your reasoning from yesterday is what should we shatter it to pieces.
Shit, that was cool. I would advise you to choose your words more carefully.
I would advise you to go fuck off.
Have you forgotten that the fate of your badge rests in my hands?
Have you forgotten the fate of your well-being rests in how much you piss me off? I've had enough of such coercion. Can't you think of some other way to threaten me that does not involve my badge? Like, do you know how many times you've said this? It's more times than we've said insert line that we cannot say here.
For fuck's sake.
Well, I could threaten you by getting this mallet right between the legs, sir.
Overruled!
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Despite my repeated warnings, you show no signs of reflection. It seems I must remind you once more. The Prosecutorial Investigation Committee can't leave someone such as yourself unchecked.
The pick.
I am Willem Shatner.
Neither the fate of my badge nor the actions of the committee will impede my progress. Proving Mr. Key's innocent and the world round is all that concerns me.
Your words are like those of a defense attorney. If you are willing to go that far, then I will show no leniency. In the name of the goddess of law, I shall turn your words against you. And at that moment, you will forfeit the title of prosecutor. You shall regret this.
I've never seen a word leniency actually spell out in my life.
God, Courtney's...
You'll be known as just Miles motherfucking Edgeworth by the time I'm done with you.
I shared
Not
my
prosecutor Miles motherfucking Edgeworth.
I shared my reasoning with you the day before. That Mr. Elbert did not see the body when he passed through the tunnel. It could only have been dropped down the well during the show. The only one who could have performed such an act is the suspect.
Naturally, you have evidence to support your reasoning.
Of course she does. Who do you think she is?
A failure.
Father Cadaver.
Earlier I received the official autopsy report. Also, do you know what's the problem here? She's like assisting the investigation and stuff like that, but I imagine she's going to be the judge for this trial as well. Which basically means if she's hanging out with...
She actually is.
Yeah, so if she's hanging out with the best on this every single procedure that she's done without the presence of Raymond Shields, right, is an ex parte communication. What the fuck is happening?
This Edward's just like fucking grins as he puts on his glasses like, we got him now.
You have to they have to basically tell Raymond Shields about all of this, but apparently not, because this is some wild legal system. Anyway.
Seems like you have not learned the ways of the court of the kangaroo.
Chief, she did give the autopsy report to...
We're not even in court, and it's already looking like fucking Australia over here, George.
Australia or Florida?
Earlier, I received the official autopsy report.
Babysitting that kid must be difficult.
The time of death was the night before the body was discovered.
He said the thing! He said the...
In other words, okay, no, she said the day.
It's too late, she lost.
In other words, the day before the show. The cause of death remains unchanged. A stab wound 4 inches deep.
Can't even say the word night. That's disrespectful to Horace Knightley, I'm just saying.
It's because Courtney feels my anger.
No, it's because she disrespects him Knightley.
Simon Keyes was not present on the stage for a period of 15 minutes. There was sufficient time for him to drop the body down the well, pass his exams, eat a snack.
Like when you drop the best off at school because he can't get there himself.
We don't talk about that.
You've not investigated the courtyard yet. That means... it seems there is a hole in your argument.
You seem quite confident. Can you present evidence to support your claim?
Of course I can, and I will. Right when I find it.
Then do it, shit goose.
You have truly done it cross the line.
Since Mr. Elba did not see the body when he passed through the tunnel, it could only have been dropped down the well during the show. This is correct. The only one who could have performed such an act is the suspect.
Now we gotta present something. We gotta present the device. I guess.
Someone switched the waste with the body. I don't think it's this, but
I don't know.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
It is this, you stupid fuck. I'm gonna laugh and shake my head because you're so fucking dumb. Unfortunately for you, Judge Courtney, if that's your real name, your argument doesn't hold any water, just like the well, and your flat Earth theory.
Oh shit.
What?
You didn't have to go for the flat Earth theory.
You didn't have to come for the flat Earth theory like that, man.
There was a device set up around the well here.
What is this device of which you speak?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's the brand new iPhone 13, and it has all these features of apps. Wait to see you're sponsored by it. Are you aware of the stunt in which Mr. Keyes is blown away by the elephant during the show?
I have heard of it. It would have been right before he exits the stage.
He tied one end of the length of the rope to himself and the other. Well, we don't talk about that. To a set of weights. He was able to perform the stunt by dropping these weights down the well, like his shit, down the toilet.
Yes, wouldn't he have spent the whole place spinning it up in the air?
That's why he had a stopper attached to the weighted end. The stopper was removed by pulling another rope.
I'm glad the best's, logical reasoning is at least sufficient enough to realize that.
Around the well, we found evidence that the weights were switched with the victim's body. This was done by the real killer in order to shift suspicion away from them.
That done.
What?
Judging from the time of death, the murder was carried out in the early morning of the show. You know Justine Courtney when she looked at him with that ...
Yeah.
I was half waiting for her to come across the screen, just push her into
God.
I'm just saying right now, the electric fence is to our back.
Yeah.
We're the ones in the dangerous position here.
I love the text.
What?
It was the morning of the show!
And until the time of the show started to settle the device. You know, you look at little birds, by the way.
Didn't Simon Keyes...
You want to try that again? I think you cut out there, Iffy.
Didn't Simon Keyes make that thing? Yes. And since he was also the one who used it, he is the best suspect.
I get it.
Yes. Don't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth?
You see the birds behind me? They sing whenever I conduct my baton. If Mr. Keyes were the murderer, he would not have needed to do that. Miss Berry!
Yes?
Was there anyone else who knew of the device he set up?
Well, let me see. Since we had to get everything about our show approved by the people here at the prison, I'd say there were others who knew about it.
And there you have it.
People knew. Overruled! I see. You have indeed performed a thorough investigation, which is why I am even further perplexed. Why do you not use your efforts for justice?
I do, you're just stupid. My actions are not just. Just who made that decision?
Oh fuck, we're getting into 7 Deadly Sins territory here. My actions are not just. Who decided that?
I've never seen it.
It's a obscure reference. You cannot understand even that. Even now. providing support to a defense attorney, despite being a prosecutor. It is quite unnatural. This goes against the rules.
Form of courtroom procedure.
What rule is he breaking?
Have you ever heard of discovery phase?
To be fair, I think this entire game's plot would crumble if it made eye contact with Discovery.
True.
Oh god. This goes against the. Oh, I feel like Courtney's butt mad.
Courtney,
do you feel the salt?
Courtney, do you need me to call the ambulance for you? I am merely choosing to do what I think is right at this particular time, whilst you're choosing to do the thing that is stupidly wrong. I have travelled down the road I have chosen. Your comprehension does not match in the least. Your opinion doesn't matter. I don't give a shit.
I am perplexed, then stay confused.
How? If anyone int... Can I just say, it's not to have however anyone int, as in like, how,
if anyone int
in this game, I swear to God.
Can I learn where to get that skill?
You know what's funny? It would be hilarious if it also stopped if anyone intends to int.
How? If anyone intends to int, I will show no mercy.
Perhaps this is a calling from the goddess of the law. If you intend to rebel against her divine will, I will have no choice but to hand down my verdict.
I mean, you know that intend is int is just a shorthand for intent, so int would have worked in that sentence as well.
Yeah. Pay heed to my words. I have one more reason to suspect Simon Keyes of murder.
If I paid heed to your words, you'd be paying me money.
Reasons for suspicion. If the body came from the courtyard, how was Mr. Knightley brought here from the detention center? Only Simon Keyes could have provided such an opportunity. Because of this fact, I find it most difficult to suspect any other party of this crime. While Simon Keyes was moving supplies for the show, he visited Mr. Knightley's cell. Does that not strike you as odd? Why else would he have brought a large covered cage with him?
That does seem pretty suspicious.
Is Cage just here to be like a hype man? Oh, that does seem pretty suspicious.
Mr. Keyes was merely that kind of person.
He was built different.
It's entirely possible he carelessly brought it there.
Yeah, he was built different. He didn't have thick arms. If that is possible, then it is also possible that he was assisting in the escape. Am I wrong?
I suppose I must refute her theory with evidence. Edgeworth, have you not played this game before?
I guess I might need to press something here.
Oh, he came from the courtyard. No, probably not that one. Next. How was Mr. Knightley brought from here to Spain? That's probably not it, so next probably. Only Simon Keyes could have provided such an opportunity. Because of this fact, I find it most difficult to suspect any other party of this, but I guess press.
This is... Only Simon Keyes could have provided such an opportunity. The security footage?
Yeah, there was a 3-hour period. Yep, there you go. Mr. Keyes wasn't the only one who had the opportunity.
Who else could have had the opportunity then?
He's getting to that.
The time on the security camera is off by 3 hours. Much like how the best's brain is off by 3 hours, probably. This means that there was a 3-hour gap in time.
I feel like 3 hours is the total collective time that the best's brain has been functioning.
During that time, anyone could have done it. Even a boat.
If that were the case, then the murderer would have created the gap in time intentionally. It would not have been simple Whoa, that was slow. It would not have been a simple camera failure. Are you saying that is possible?
It's possible if you had access to this.
Circuit breaker!
I was gonna say chessboard, man. Clearly.
We had access to the chessboard.
In this courtyard, we found...
memes.
The chessboard for the security camera. Look, check circuit breaker, chessboard, both begin with C and B. Mind blown. And it was possible to access the breaker room before and after the murder.
What?
What? Musical.
Unfortunately, it appears that you have fallen short of your intentions.
This actor hasn't fallen short of anything.
So you can explain how the murdered... how the murdered... So can you explain how the murderer obtained the key to the breaker room? Oh yeah, that's right. It was locked, wasn't it? The warden hangs onto the key, right? The breaker room has great importance, even in a prison. There is no one who would be able to obtain the key so easily.
You stupid woman. I can think of someone.
Oh my god! What did you say?
This person, the murderer, was able to get the key.
Do you hear like I immediately like jumped into wanting to find the truth?
Yeah. They didn't even need to steal it.
There can't be anyone like that. Besides, the breaker should electrified fences in that room too.
Only one person could have done this. I didn't want to believe it myself, but I trust that my logic is sound. The person who used the key to enter the breaker room is...
I'm sorry, George. We gotta do it to you.
Whoa.
Goodbye.
The murderer is...
Whoa.
The dog. It was the dog.
It was Missile.
Warden Roland. Sorry, Rawdon Roland.
Oh my. What an energetic little puppy.
That's because this dog is extremely fond of sweets. It seems to detect a sweet scent on you.
Oh heavens no. I'm not even wearing perfume or anything of the sort.
What the dog detects is the sweet scent of there.
How poetic. However, does not imply that I committed a murder.
Imply is a bit of an underpowered word. I'd say you did commit murder, to be fair. At least that's what I think.
Well, what?
I like how Domestic is here for the ride. The warden is the murderer? Mr. Edgeworth, are you serious about your statement?
Oh, how amusing. The very thought of a warden committing murder.
I mean,
idea, wouldn't it?
Have you seen Von Karma?
Sounds like something out of a mystery novel.
Well, it's a good thing we're in one.
Looks to the camera.
Precisely. Your reasoning is in contempt.
Nothing of the sort. I did not want to believe it myself, but based on the evidence, I have no choice but believe it. This evidence proves that the Warden Roland is the murderer.
That's it? This one?
No.
I'm pretty sure it's this. It's because of the sweet scent, right?
Yeah, sweet scent, yeah, probably, yeah, sweet scent, yeah. The smell gave you away. You stink. As you can plainly see, someone has taken notice.
This police dog.
He tracked a sweet smell that came from the body.
If he like fucking spooked by pixel dogs.
And right now, he is telling us that the same scent is on someone road.
You're a cool one to accuse me of murder based on something like that.
The dogs never lie.
Right, Justine, darling?
It appears that Judge Courtney has reached the same conclusion as I have.
She's like, I can't refute that. Fuck.
I want to refute it, but I fucking can't.
Mr. Edgeworth, this couldn't have just been a coincidence, could it?
The key to the break room and the same scent on the body. If it were only one, it could have been seen as such.
It appears we have reached a conclusion. We should now listen to what the warden has to say.
Indeed, until we do, we cannot close this case.
Oh my goodness. Everyone with such scary faces. So I'm the only one who could have been the murderer?
Yeah.
That just cannot be.
Well, even if you don't convict you for murder, we can convict you for bestiality.
Well, we might run over a bit today, mostly because we're very close to the end.
Yeah, I may as well finish the case. We got this. Let's go.
Yeah. Why I can't be the killer.
Give me your top 10 reasons. I heard all about the case.
Just 10 reasons why I am the killer.
If I'm the murderer, name every murder. I heard about the case from Justine Darling here. I had committed the murder. Had I committed the murder? Whoops. It would have taken place inside the holding cell.
I imagine one of the defenses could literally be, well, do you have the alibi of every single one of my rodents?
They couldn't have moved the body. I never went into the prison. I was caught up in my work. Up until the show, I was... Don't say it. I was stuck in my office.
Say it, George.
I'm gonna be the only one to not say it.
I appreciate you, George.
Check up on it if you like.
Over this lame.
You'll find there's no record for me entering the prison.
Except that there would be, because you'd have to clock in that day.
I don't know what reasoning you had.
So you're telling me you shirked work?
Yes, that one's not illegal.
Well, in the present, that is not illegal.
I don't know what reasoning you had, but I can say it for sure. I cannot be the killer. Wasn't me. Didn't do it. but Missile said you did it. And Missile wouldn't lie. You gotta be the culprit.
All dogs are good boys.
Oh heavens, it's not possible. I already told you. I had my fingers crossed. I never went to the prison.
She had her fingers crossed for butt, guys.
If you think I'm lying, why don't you check the records?
Or touch some wood.
Touch grass. She wants to detect the records. She does seem confident. For now, all we can do is listen to her and try to draw in more information. So press time.
Do hope you understand, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah, there's one statement that's weird.
Go for it. Hunt it down.
This is irrelevant. This is also irrelevant because it didn't. This is technically irrelevant, but not what I'm worried about.
What work were you doing?
Pressing the work is irrelevant.
Well, when you want to know what work she was doing, what was she doing at the time of the crime?
The fact that there's no record.
You don't enter the prison from any entrance. What if there was another route?
Oh my, are you suggesting something like that? There's a secret passage?
Madam, look what's right behind me.
A secret tunnel. I don't know if anything like that exists.
It's my firm belief you did possess an alternate route. The route that route was neither the entrance nor a secret passageway.
I can't believe she didn't use a secret tunnel.
The entrance from
That's
that side of the tunnel. Yeah.
The barbed wire fence?
You would have had to move. You would have moved likely to your office first. The office leads directly to the garden side of the courtyard. If you had moved through here and past the barbed wire fence, you would have arrived at the prison without passing through the entrance or tunnel.
I wonder what Mr. Edgeworth is saying.
I look at the hue hue hue. It's like thinking of the stupid meme laugh where it's like hue 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 whatever.
Haven't you noticed? There's a high voltage current running through the fence.
I'm sorry, Madam Roland. I cannot see electricity.
Sounds like you.
Yeah, obviously she couldn't have passed through it like that, loser.
You get him.
The current of the fence could be switched off at the breaker room. And you were the only one who had the key, Warden Roland.
Overruled! Most amusing. However, the breaker room was located on the prison side of the courtyard.
That seems like a really stupid design flaw.
How would the warden have accessed it from the detention center? Well, I mean, that's probably why it's heavily locked and with warden-only key.
Ah, quite right. Got you there, Mr. Edgeworth.
If there's no record of her passing through the prison entrance, it would not have been possible for her to turn off the fence's breaker.
Warden Roland was the only one who had access.
Don't let this phase you, Miles.
But if I don't have a solution for this, you'll get away.
Now, Uncle Ray never said don't think, you know.
You implied it.
It's just not good to be so stubborn about it, that's all.
But no matter how you think about it, one Ronan couldn't have done this alone.
There you go. There you go, buddy.
Ray, shut the fuck up and think.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, if you have failed to come up with a new
A new posse.
I was going to... Yeah, fine. I am not amused, interrupting my judgment only to be silent.
You're not the queen. Can't go, I'm not amused. Without thinking, I just blurted out objection. I have to answer. I won't let this end here.
Thinking like I do, huh, Edgeworth?
Edward, Phoenix, get the fuck out. Go get yourself in trouble or something.
Okay, bye.
My reason is over. I'm leaving. Goodbye. It's not over yet.
So how did she use the breaker without leaving the detention center?
It's perfectly possible. With this method, what made it possible to turn off the breaker?
She had a friend.
Plans. It was indeed impossible for one person. But what if there were two imposters among us?
Exactly. Just what I expected from you, Miles.
Yes. An accomplice on the prison side.
Overruled! Enough! I am disappointed in you, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
What's up, pal? You making fun of Mr. Edgeworth?
Cracks his knuckles.
The inmates at this prison all wear bracelets.
If they try and go where they please, they'll set off an alarm. Ah.
So you've noticed. This is a prison, after all.
No.
Not only the prisoners, but the guards, too, are under constant scrutiny.
So why didn't anyone notice Hellbird?
Because they're
It's
fucking
true.
shit. The only ones allowed to move around freely are the animals. And they certainly could not have used the breaker.
Anubis, why don't you show them what you've learned, please?
Just imagine Dogan just always in a corner. Watch this!
Anubis is the best.
Every single time they mention that an animal cannot do something, Anubis like fucking dogging in the corner. Oh, they don't know, Anubis.
Anubis, they still haven't realized.
Like, I watch this, hold my chisel.
That was my chisel for me, Anubis. But it's still possible that the person did it.
Just imagine they like sending out like wild accusations like, well, a dog can't fly a plane. Anubis. Right.
Anubis, show me the video of you during World War II.
Overruled. Excluding the inmates and the guards, just what kind of person would you say it was?
We can't exclude the inmates and guards just yet. There was only one person, one whose movement was not restricted. This evidence shows that was someone in the prison who could move around freely.
It's the broken wrist.
The broken Sorwitz.
That is... It looks like the bracelets worn by the prisoners.
This belongs to a certain model inmate, and it's broken.
What? Just who on earth does this belong to?
Oh... Frank Sorwitz, the warden's favourite inmate. Meanwhile, the dog. Ferret, sorry.
The ferret is just licking her chin.
She likes the ferret likes tasting the salt.
It's tasting the salt.
Yes, give me your salty tears.
Not this time, he's wet. Don't you think it's strange? He managed to keep this hidden while he moved around freely in his daily prison life.
Golly, when you think about it, it shouldn't be possible.
I just fucking Ray just feel like an old male version of Kay sometimes.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe that's why the names are like that.
Ray. I'd hazard a guess that this was because he was a special case. He was special. Just like Sohan Dogan in the special cell.
Overruled! The prosecutor's statement is mere conjecture.
The judge's statement is pissing me off. You could find out by simply asking Sword himself. It is my firm belief that Mr. and Roland were partners in crime. Due to the collaboration, another route surfaces. The real route by which Knightley's body was moved to the prison. There are two obstacles that need to be dealt with. The security camera in front of Knightley's cell, and the electric fence in the courtyard. Both these problems could have been solved with a single stroke. Of my okay. By having Sword switch off the breakers in the breaker room.
That one stroke, Edgeworth?
Edgeworth one stroke here.
Mr. Edgeworth, you really are a one-pump chump. Could you wait a moment?
Could you wait a moment?
Do you still intend to deny it, Warden Roland?
I give in. I confess.
Warden Roland! No, this cannot be!
Yes, it's just as he says. Frank Sorrett and I were partners in crime.
Oh shit.
No way.
We did it, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well done, Miles! At last, we have the real culprit cornered.
Like Mr. Edgeworth said, Frankly operated the breaker. But we were not responsible for Knightley's murder.
What?
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
With no question marks.
Warden Roland, whatever do you mean?
Judge Courtney, would the goddess of law hear my confession?
Don't listen to her, Courtney.
The goddess of law is merciful. She will absolve you.
The goddess of law is a pretentious little prick who makes up her mind over Miss Judge Courtney bitch face. Besides, oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you made one mistake on a case and oh no, you're now bad. Fucking prisoner warden of all the inmates. No, you're fine. You just allowed a prisoner to have access to the circuit breaker. No, yeah, that's fine.
The goddess of law does not acknowledge these accusations.
Inanimate voice in the sky.
I was being threatened. That's why I had no choice but to do as I was told.
Who was threatening you?
Bad music.
Anubis' owner. The assassin.
Oh, again.
It's been going on since that man came to the prison. I will never forget that day. I don't remember which day. When we were both alone, he suddenly teleported behind me and said...
This is a very creepy shot. Also, I like how the ferret's just like having the time of his life.
He doesn't know what's going on. He's being chilling.
I have many dogs outside the prison.
The dogs?
Loyal dogs who obey me every Yarr! I'm a virus now, you see. Loyal dogs who obey my every command.
I soon realized what Dogan referred to were not really dogs.
Oh, no shit.
But his human henchmen.
He doesn't need
the
humans.
Furries.
He doesn't need a human henchman. Anubis is the only dog he needs.
And that's not all he said.
Did you know that Town is responsible for 25% of First Bloods?
No!
You better watch how you treat me.
Fucking hell.
If you don't want you and your family to become dog food. Anubis, show them your dog food manufacturing facility.
I had no choice. I'm allergic to dogs. I gave him the special cell. I gave him everything he desired.
So she gets an allergic reaction from dogs, but not ferrets.
Different fur.
Anything he desired, you don't mean. The supplier.
That's right. Anything he had ordered, I would deliver to him. An underground dealership.
I can't believe they're smuggling.
I was the only one... I was the one who won over Frankie. It was simple. I just offered him special privileges within the prison.
And these underground dealings?
Once a week, in the middle of the night, Frankie would shut off 2 of the breakers. So I could move from my office to the courtyard without being seen by the security camera. I would go past the fence and drop the goods down the well near the prison. And then I'll sprinkle this perfume over it.
The true identity of the sweet scent.
The scent of the perfume was a signal for Dogen's dog.
Anubis!
After picking up the scent, it would carry the goods to Dogen. Of course, this had to be done when Elbert was away from his cell. I'm surprised he never found about it, pal. What dumbass. We have a strict timetable here at the prison. Mealtime, exercise time, it's easy to know when he's away from his cell. And since little Rocky is afraid of Dogen's dog, I didn't have to worry about him making noise.
Like full knowledge of the prison's inner working, she made deliveries herself. This would have assured that there were no slip-ups.
Frankie would turn on the breakers back in the early morning, and the delivery was complete. I then modified the timestamp on the security camera.
You have told us a great deal. The goddess of law accepts your penitent confession.
The goddess of law can go fuck herself.
As the warden of the prison, how could I have done such a foolish thing? The day Knightley was killed was also a delivery day. It seems Frankie was working on the breakers as usual. But that day I had nothing to send, so I did not go to the courtyard at all.
Sorry, yawn. The secret of the supply system. So then Morden Roland was.
The police have been searching for Dogen's henchmen for ages. I've also been helping them, but I've been interrogating him personally in my office, but
I pray that you may never bleed.
no matter how much evidence we have on him, we can't get a single word out of him.
I feel like with that picture right there, you know the meme where it's like the lady is shouting at the cat on like sitting at the table. I feel like you could use that as like a meme right there.
You're like, you fucking murderer, Dogen, Anubis.
Anubis.
Dogen just trying to pet his dog.
Show them how you find away my taxes. So the reason you kept on interrogating him?
Yes, it was to find his henchmen. I borrowed all the evidence from the police and carried out the interrogation myself. I kept an eye on all his actions and examined all of his mail.
Mail, like his correspondence chest letters, like his CCL.
But I could never uncover the true identity of his henchmen. This fear is something you could never understand.
And I understand, because I'm one of those. I understand, because I'm one of those henchmen. Oh God.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, you are listening, right?
Everyone in this courtyard right now, except you, Warden Roland, is one of
I'd
Dogen's
say
dogs.
this confession clears the warden of all suspicion. Is it really necessary to press her further than this?
Madam, this doesn't clear shit.
So she's saying suspicion, but she's still under charges for, like, helping a fucking dude do shit he shouldn't be doing.
The problem is, the thing is, it's technically a different crime, which means we come up with a different circumstance, so they'd have to discuss it at a different time. But
Yes.
the issue is, just because they've said that they've done this, doesn't necessarily make it so that they were innocent.
It is a simple thing. You admit to the smaller crime to dodge the big one.
Yeah, but there's no, alibi for it. It's just saying, oh, I've done this. Judge Courtney, my questioning is not over yet. I'm sure the goddess of law isn't satisfied yet either.
You mean to badger this woman further?
I don't know, but it sounds like this goddess of law is very judgmental right now. It's almost like it's taking the opinions of one particular lady. I wonder who it could be.
She's very helpful.
This is not proof she was not the culprit in this case. She was able to use the supply route to transport Knightley's body.
Do you have any evidence to support this?
The body gave off a sweet scent. The scent of perfume that was used to signify delivery. Can you explain this fact?
Oh, of course. Since I have made so many deliveries, the scent would have lingered around the well. When the body was
Smells
moved from the
like-
well, the scent would have transferred to it.
Mr. Elbert also testified to this fact. Who was Elbert?
Hey,
Alright, go on.
that's it. For some reason, it was all a deal of nice it.
Nice scent?
I don't know what it was, but it was a smell sweet, like candy, see?
It smells sweet, like candy.
A smelly smell that smelled. Smelly.
Smelly. The lingering scent in the well would, of course, be picked up by anything passing through. The defense rests, I see. In that case, court is adjourned.
Madam, you don't get to adjourn shit.
You had a thing to say, Iffy?
I mean, I don't think that still makes sense. It's a perfume being sprayed in a well that has an open ventilation system. Like, the scent would not linger. At all. Unless maybe for fucking years worth of fucking throwing perfume down there. I don't think she's been at this for years.
I mean, Duggan's been in prison for a while.
Shut up. Mr. Edger, isn't there anything we can do?
What I do? Is this as far as I can go?
It's all over now, Edgy.
Yes, Sebastian, it is.
Thank you, Mommy.
And now, court is officially Shrek'd.
Hold it.
Nani? Who was that? It's not nice of you to endure things just like that, Courtney Pie.
Mr. Shields?
Are you objecting to the court adjourning?
Yes, you stupid bitch.
Of course not. I ain't got no objection or anything like that. Go ahead and adjourn court. Do whatever you like.
What are you doing, Mr. Shields?
Well there, calm down, Kay. Who wants some chocolate? Is this a joke?
Oh, it's
You'll have to
chocolate, you
excuse
just
me.
said.
I just have one tiny request to make. As Simon Keyes' attorney. That's right, you're the defense attorney in charge of this case, aren't you? Exactly! Did you all forget? That's so mean!
You just let everything from Mr. Edger and didn't do anything at all.
Shut the fuck up, Kay. Yes, that's right! That's why I thought I'd do my job a bit. Do your job? That hardly sounds like you at all. Whoa! Sick burn! To prepare for the trial, I'd like to ask the warden a few questions. Surely you jest. What more would you expect to hear from her? Well, Miss Warden, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the culprit.
My thoughts.
Uncle Ray believes that Simon is not the culprit. It seems that Miss Warden also suspects someone other than Simon. I'd like to hear you out.
Debate. Yeah.
Edger, what's Mr. Shields up to?
He's trying to
You're
lure
a
Warden
fucking
Ronan
idiot.
into testifying. Why was the supply route used to transport the body? I'd say it was to pin the crime on Dogan.
Ah, I see.
Can I just say, why are we saying this out loud? If he
We're
committed a
supposed to
murder,
be whispering. You're the only one that's screaming, Mr. Edgeworth.
if he committed a murder here, he will be transferred to another prison.
Edgeworth, shut the fuck up!
I'll steal it, and no one will ever know. One with tighter security.
That would get rid of the trouble.
Exactly. She wouldn't pass up a chance like that.
Hey, hold on a sec. Culprit besides Simon? What do you mean? Simon was the one I supposed to... What?
Supposed to prosecute.
Brain smart!
No, it's very much in line with Simon, let's be honest.
Exactly. So wouldn't it be better if the best also listened to what she has to say?
Amazing, Mr. Shield. You managed to drag Mr. the Best into this shit.
Looks like he's good at his job.
Warden Roland, Is this acceptable?
No.
This is some very, 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 very strong pause.
Oh, you. It's fine, it's fine. You understand a woman's heart.
Thank you, mademoiselle?
Actually, I've thought this over. I'd like to tell you my thoughts. You let me speak, won't you, Justine darling?
There's
Of
no
course.
bias in this situation.
You may
Maybe think she's
speak.
not even allowed to be here. Just saying.
Mr. Shields. Awesome.
Woo, that was a close shave.
Unlike your shaving, Mr. Shields, you still have a fucking stubble.
Shut up.
Thank you, Mr. Shields.
No, I'm still leaving the rest to you. Remember what I just said. A defense attorney never gives up. The fate of our clan rests on our shoulders, after all. It'd be uncool if Uncle Ray didn't put that into practice. Now then, Miles, it's your turn to show you'll never give up.
This is your job.
I'm out here collecting Atlantic clams and freezing cold.
And I appreciate you for doing
to
it
never
for
give
me.
up.
Never give up.
And that
Well,
wolf never yields.
Will you listen to my story?
Can't believe that never yields. Not even at that game yet.
I believe that the culprit in this case could only have been Dogen. I have no idea what transpired between Dogen and the victim. It simply could have been Dogen was displeased with him. In any case, he was the one who stabbed the victim to death. He probably had the dog dispose of the body. This is the truth of the case.
He couldn't have been Anubis. He was too busy playing chess with me.
The victim, Mr. Knightley, was it? I think it's truly a terrible thing.
Taking a man's life, you mean?
The reason why Doggin plays correspondence chess with other people is because Anubis keeps winning.
Look, you don't understand. Did you not know that Anubis has beaten the best player of chess in the world like, several times over?
I mean, I'm pretty
Even
sure one
the
of the
chess
best.
computer cannot beat Anubis.
They
Pretty sure
found
one of
out.
the best chess AIs is a cat called Mittens. So
Sorry. Rob, insert the meme with that tiger from Kung Fu Panda going, a worthy opponent.
Finally,
Our
a
battle
worthy
will be legendary."
opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
that's how you go about saying it, isn't it? Our battle. If only I had been more vigilant, his death would have not happened. That's why I want to clear up his regrets.
Warden Roland, how considerate. I'm sure
Yeah.
Mr. Knightley in heaven is overflowing with gratitude. Go
No, he's too busy smelling the
fuck
sound of
yourself,
piss.
Courtney.
Courtney, do you just live in your own world? Like, seriously, like, do you just live like your own fantasy where everything just, like, I don't know, where there's like magic ponies flying in the sky or something? Because everything you say just kind of just happens in its own reality. Is gratitude really what Knightley feels?
No, he's feeling the holes in his foot from when he shot them in the first case.
Yeah, he's also busy smelling the sound of piss.
He's also busy smelling the sound of piss. Alright. This doesn't matter. This is irrelevant. Why would I press this? This is
He called
speculation,
Anubis a
so
hoe,
it doesn't
and I did not
matter.
allow it.
She's very confident on this pulse.
I'd like to hear your thoughts about the circumstances surrounding the murder.
Well, I suppose it was a simple job. During his booking, I learned that the victim had some kind of injury to his neck. He couldn't turn his neck to the right. I remember him saying something like that.
I was not killing him. Anubis is just a registered chiropractor and he was trying to fix his neck.
Or something like that.
Booking, that's the process one undergoes before being locked up during this detention center. It sounds like you don't really know a lot about Knightley.
I only know a little. In any case, he wouldn't have been any easy target for Dogen. Perhaps he used a chisel. Oh, the victim wouldn't even have the chance to scream.
I see, your opinion will be a very valuable reference. Could you add those last statement to your testimony?
Ah, you're making me blush. You're so... C-U-T-E.
Old bag vibes coming back.
I'm just kidding. I'll continue.
I don't know. Roland's quite an affectionate lady.
Please! Gumshoe, arrest her!
Wait,
Sexual harassment!
this is a weird question.
But it's
How
against
did,
you.
how did she know about the chisel hidden in the chessboard?
Yeah, she didn't know that.
She doesn't know much about Knightley, but she knows he has a fucking chisel hidden in his chessboard. Hang on a minute.
Warden Roland. You certainly are sharp-witted.
Okay, enough of the titles. Call me Patty. P-A-T-T-Y.
Patty cake, Peter Pan. Pick me up. I don't know, right.
End this case as fast as you can.
However, there's something you were a little too knowledgeable about.
Uh-huh. Embarrassed? You're such an inexperienced child, Edgeworth, dear.
This is getting weird. Can we move on?
Right, this is worse than a whole bag.
Is that the sound Edgeworth makes when he gets a boner?
Gumshoe, arrest her already! This is sexual harassment!
Sorry, I was on the phone. What?
Gumshoe, stop talking to your clients about their fucking league training!
I've got my priorities straight, Mr. Edgeworth.
Iffy.
Hey.
If?
He's dead.
No. Fight on, Mr. Edgeworth. Fight on.
Fight on against... You said you didn't really know about Knightley. If that's the case, how did you know about the chisel inside the chessboard?
Oh, of course. The entrance check.
Enough of the poor excuses. The entrance check. My ass. The chessboard wasn't something Knightley brought with him. It was brought to him later by Mr. Keys. He didn't have it when he arrived here.
Wanting to find the truth.
That's... my mistake. I meant the parcel check.
But the chisel wasn't found in the parcel check.
Even if we assume that there were still too many suspicious points, why wasn't such a chisel immediately confiscated? Let's coordinate. Did you tell anyone about the trick to this chessboard?
I did not.
If no information about our investigation was leaked, and how did you find out? You could not have examined during the registration.
Got him!
You could not have examined this during the entrance check or parcel check.
Certainly. Someone in the warden's position would never have let a chisel slip by.
Exactly. So answer this, Batman. When and how did you learn about the chessboard? In that case, I shall answer for you, Batman. It is because...
I give up, Mr. Edgeworth, dear. It is as you say. I interrogated Knightley. That's how I learned about it. The chessboard. But, please believe me, I didn't kill anyone.
That's what the Nessus down mid would not have said.
Almost done.
Sorry?
Very close to the end of the case. Which is why we're overrunning. Enough! It would appear that we have uncovered some vital information. I'll ask you to testify once more, if that's all right with you, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Fire away. Sure. Fuck it. I don't have things to do today.
Thank you, Edgeworth, dear. I'll do my best.
Stop kissing your ferret.
Well then, Warden Roland, I trust there will be no lies from here on out.
Freeze frame. This is the scene of the crime, Your Honor. This is the bestiality I was talking about. Case closed. The pool of lies is slowly running dry like this well. Do not bring out her true nature. So, Andros, you show your true self.
I wouldn't go so far as to call it an interrogation. I always make sure to talk to all the new arrivals. Mr. Knightley. Yes, we had a little chat.
Or a little spat. And that's
After
why I
that.
called him a sticky little rat. Sorry.
After our talk, he went right back to his cell, I assure you.
I don't know why, I just felt like doing a rap for no reason. I'm not good at rapping.
Whoever did the rap did the crap.
She's tying lies on top of lies. Realizing that only ties the noose around her neck, or the ferret if you would prefer.
She's overusing the strategy. She's admitting to the things that Edgeworth is concluding in order to thing, but it's backfiring. You speak with the new prisoners, you say?
That's right. I'm glad you understand.
Your testimony is not solid evidence. It requires more than just understanding.
Well then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, you may begin your cross-examination. It's funny, because this is actually a cross-examination. Right, to speed things along for Iffy, I know what the contradiction is. Alright, I know what to do. You need to press this.
You know, you're in a rush, Iffy.
It's 6. You're like, PM for you, man. I'm tired.
Fair enough. If you really return to his cell, there is no way he would be a corpse now. He'd be a skeleton.
I know you're suggesting that I killed him during the interrogation, but I couldn't possibly have the motive to kill Knightley, could I? Dogan was the only one I hated, and he had no connection with the victim.
You only hated Dogan. Please add that statement to your state testimony.
Dogan was the one I hated and he had no connection with the victim.
My correspondence,
I wonder... No, that's not it. There we go. You fucked up.
Judge Courtney, I'm gonna take a nap now. Goodbye.
I'll take that memo off your hands while you're napping. Oh, it looks like a record of a chess game. Is there something wrong with it?
I don't think the sleeping sounds will pick up on the mic. I'm sorry. This was discovered in the victim's cell. It was Knightley's memo. It's Warden Roland. You also discovered this note in the very same place. And not just in Knightley's cell. In Dogan's too, correct?
What are you...
Don't say that you don't know about the chessboard in their special cell. After all, you would have kept an eye on the Dogan's actions, down to the smallest details. You would have known what you had for breakfast that morning. No, to be more precise, it wasn't Dogan you needed to keep an eye on. It was Anubis.
Anubis.
Okay.
Iffy.
The warden was searching for Mr. Dogan's henchman.
From the start, I found it strange that the warden interrogated the prisoners personally, since he used henchmen to threaten or harm her to our family. Warden Rowan interrogated Dogan to expose them.
The prisoners are family.
Oh yeah, that.
So, what are you saying?
As you respected Dogan's mail, you must have known that he played with correspondence chess. And then Knightley appeared, with the chess memory in hand. It was pretty bland. We deduced that he and Dogan were connected. You must have arrived at the same conclusion as well. However, you went one step too far in your reasoning. You thought Knightley was one of Dogan's henchmen, who had come to kill you.
So, that's why you interrogated Knightley boy. If the boss won't crack, go after his henchman.
I don't know why, when he says Knightley boy, I'm sitting here like imagining Pegasus.
Yugi boy.
Yugi boy. Knightley boy. In addition, you discovered something when you were interrogating him. Inside his chessboard was another chessboard. And then a puzzle chisel.
The murder weapon! A chessboard!
The Warden Roland, the chisel was a symbol of Dogan. And that was the final straw. You believe Knightley was one of Dogan's henchmen and you killed him.
Did not.
Did too.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. It seems there'll be no rebuttal. Judge Courtney, your verdict.
Though it is incredibly unfortunate, there seems to be no room for doubt. I shall announce my verdict. For the murder of Horace Knightley.
Hold it. Da. Warden Roland's not done with you yet.
Twice my sacred verdict has been interrupted. Who was that?
Courtney, nothing of you is sacred.
Warden Roland?
Oh, how strange. You guys really don't understand anything.
It would seem the one who doesn't understand is you.
Clearly,
Me?
it's the best.
Oh, I understand very well. One thing. There's a huge contradiction in your logic, Mr. Edgeworth.
Jesus
What
Christ,
is
you see how
she
very-
doing?
Look at how fast that ferret's moving.
That ferret's got the
Power.
zoomies.
Does that ferret
Power
have
of
ultra
Christ
instinct?
compels you.
Does that ferret have ultra instinct? Is that Ari?
Dun, 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 dun.
Once he's cornered, he starts spouting nonsense like that cap over there. Pay no heed, Courtney, your verdict.
Overruled! I am interested in hearing what the warden has to say.
Courtney, fine. What?
I thought so. I just have one thing to say.
It'd just be wild.
What?
The best. Oh, one! Ah.
Please
Are
take
you-
a look at the autopsy report.
Is that so, Rob?
The best is just like, one! The autopsy report, the one I brought with me.
Did you not know that the best can't count to one?
I had exactly what you said earlier, Justin, darling. You said the wound was 4 inches deep.
4 inches.
Is that what she said last night?
She says was extremely disappointed.
No way.
The wound was mental. Could that tiny chisel really have made a wound 4 inches deep? That's what
It's
we're calling it now.
impossible.
How could I have made such an error? Oh, forgive me, goddess of law.
Goddess of Law doesn't care.
I believe that overturns your hypothesis. What will you do now, Mr. Edgeworth?
It
Man,
looks like she's gonna fucking launch like a super attack in the middle of a
Man,
Scott Pilgrim
I
level.
wonder how. I wonder how the Goddess of Law feels about fucking Justine Courtney constantly turning to her for guidance. Like, I wonder what she's
Require her-
thinking up there.
Would require her to exist first.
Well, I don't fuck with the Greek Goddess of Law.
What do we do?
You'll be alright, pal. Mr. Edgeworth always you always do.
I mean,
Whoa, hey now, he's
Yeah.
gone all white.
Yeah, the Greek Goddess of Law. Yeah, the Greek Goddess of Law's civic name is Phenis, apparently, or Venus.
You're a defense attorney, aren't you? Isn't there something you can do, pal?
Do your job.
Do like your attorney thing and turn it about thing. Make some earth-shattering objection.
Uncle
You
Ray's a
got it,
hard
you got
worker,
it.
but without decisive evidence, we're just whipping a dead horse here.
That was
does that mean it's hopeless?
Serial killer is Warden Roland. If it's not her, then nothing that happens fits. But the chisel isn't the murder weapon. Are there any other sharp metal objects here?
There are still many mysteries remaining in this case. However, we do not have the evidence to solve them at this present time. Nor do we have the time to finish the rest of this episode. We've gone on for a whole hour. Holy shit.
We can keep going. We're literally almost done.
I'm leaving then.
We literally almost done. It's like
If he's
literally
about to
done.
leave, we can hold it till next time.
It's literally 10 minutes.
She's going without me. She's go-
Fine. We have no choice but to continue this battle in the courtroom. Objection! That would just give the killer a chance to destroy evidence. Overruled! Are you mocking the court? No, I didn't mean anything like that. You look perplexed, Miles. Thought of anything yet?
Chisel is not the murder weapon. In that case, what is? It's no use. We're back where we started.
No objections, Prosecutor Edgeworth. By the way, any baseless statements will be punished accordingly.
It's no good. I can't think of anything. I need more time. I regret to say I have no...
He's out of touch. He's out of time.
Alright, if he's gone. Alright. No, Mr. Edgeworth, remember what Mr. Shield said. If we give up, Simon will... Have you forgotten that sad look on his face?
Yeah, it made me laugh. It was pretty funny.
He was the one who suffered the most from Knightley's death. If we can't save him, who will? Besides, Simon believes in us.
I think
So we can't give
Anubis
up.
can say. I think Anubis can say him. He's a very good defense lawyer. Andrea got away from all the cases. Okay.
Miles, looks like you found a good partner. It's like little Kay says. Whenever you're backed into a corner, think of your client. Keep fighting until the very end. Isn't that the feeling you're getting? Gregory, your old man. No matter what trouble he faced, he would always turn things around and save his client. You got his blood in you, right? In that case, you're the only one who could turn this around.
Anubis. Sorry. Judge Corney.
The look in your eyes has suddenly changed. If you do intend to so speak, you'd better be prepared to face the consequences. Your logic thus far has been misplaced numerous times.
Like yours hasn't.
If this were to happen again, I will consider you unfit to call yourself a prosecutor, and you will hand over your badge.
That's right. My reasoning about the case has been indeed been misplaced numerous times. Have I made a grave miscalculation? Wait, my logic is misplaced.
Still silent. I cannot condone this waste of time. Well then.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth! I will announce my verdict.
That's it, I have to turn my logic around. My logic isn't misplaced, it's been misled.
I don't think that makes any difference. This court finds the defendant, Simon Key. For the love of God!
Well, misplaced implies that you've done something wrong to, get in correction. Misled means implies someone
else has done it, yes. Fair enough.
Isn't it a little early to hand on a verdict?
I actually think it's rather late. Don't you agree, Justine, darling?
It is 2:30 in the morning. Enlighten us.
What?
Try to remember. The eyewitness account about his dog and his absence from the animal show. When I first heard the information, my suspicion immediately fell on Dogen.
Overruled! I'm amazed you take such pride in retelling your previous failings.
Like you don't. But that was not the killer's aim. Was that not the killer's aim? What if we assume that was their intention from the start? Of course, the chisel served the same purpose. Knightley's body was stabbed in the same spot with multiple sharp objects. This shows that he was stabbed with the chisel after the real murder weapon was removed. By soaking the chisel in Knightley's blood, the killer wants to mislead us into thinking the chisel was the murder weapon. Why? That's because the killer wants us to think the chisel was the murder weapon.
To get Dogen expelled.
Expelled! What a Roland, you made this use of this chisel's image.
Chisel's image? What are you trying to say?
That's Roland.
Oh shit.
That's Phil George, your line was stolen.
I got taken right out of my mouth.
I apologize.
When you see this chisel, what does it suggest to you?
It's fine, we can give this to George.
Coming like, Dogen is the killer, right?
Now do you understand? That was the warden's aim.
Ah, she wanted us to suspect the person with the chisels.
Indeed, that was the plan from the very beginning. Fake Sir had Dogen out to be the killer.
I understand your logic. It is true the warden did not think kindly of Dogen. But you understand, don't you? This alone does not prove she is the killer.
As I thought, it's not enough. The remaining chance is for me to find the real murder weapon.
If you have no more evidence, I believe this conversation is over.
I could prove it if I found the real murder weapon.
Doesn't matter what you say. We did a clean sweep of this place.
You just arrived.
It is as Sebastian says. In the end, we could not find any weapons. In other words, such proof is impossible.
No, the murder weapon must still be somewhere in the prison. As long as this exists.
The security gate.
You remember its name after all.
You mocking me? Is it because of those things?
I don't know why, but I feel like this guy's gonna say that goodbye to Exodia.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm going for. You can't take metal objects in or out of this place.
Well, it's one way of interpreting it. I
It's
usually
like
try to
something
interpret it based on the objection cue. And his objection cue is more like, OBJECTION! Just a
Sounds
strange
like
reason.
Weevil Underwood.
I'm doing like the snotty kids kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can't believe you just being
I mean, it makes
Beavis.
sense. I was thinking Weevil. Right, as long as those security gates exist, the murder weapon should still be here.
That also means no weapon could have been brought into the prison. In the end, we're back to that same mystery after all.
Courtney?
Prosecutor Edgeworth, surely you've realized, if the real murder weapon is still in the prison, one must also consider how it got there in the first place.
The jill was concealed within the chessboard. The jill is not the real murder weapon, which means the real murder weapon must have been smuggled in somehow.
The way it was smuggled in. Can you prove that?
How would Warden Roland brought the weapons to the prison? He had evidence transferred from the precinct.
Yes, we borrowed all the evidence concerning Dogen. I've been interrogating him personally in my office, but...
That's it! She could have used that! This shows another way a weapon could have been brought into... Yesterday, Dogen said this. Yes, my bells. Sorry, my balls. There are only 2 in the world.
Only 2.
They're custom made, attached to my knife in Anubis's collar.
I like how Ray is like saying only 2 as if he's got like 3 balls or somewhere.
Even though I can only rely on my ears. I mean, it's canonical. Ray has 3 balls. I can easily identify them. Alas, one has been confiscated and is not in my possession.
I can't believe Roland took one of his balls.
I've already lost him at the same place Anubis did.
I told you. He also they both got snipped. I told you. It's possible the
Next
murder
time
was...
it's-
Sorry.
Makes them more in sync,
Yeah, true.
connected
That's,
here.
that's confiscated evidence.
Whoa! What?
Wow. Dogen's knife was confiscated and stored on the premises. Furthermore, a bell was attached to the knife.
It can't be! The bell on that chisel!
Exactly. The killer took it from the knife and reattached it to the chisel.
But the only fingerprints on this chisel are Knightley's.
The killer probably wore gloves when they made the switch. She made the chisel out to be the murder weapon by attaching Dogen's bell, and in doing so made Dogen appear to be the culprit. Furthermore, the handling of the set of evidence that this bell originally belonged to was only possible for someone with the proper authority.
Who, sir? Who had that much authority?
I'm sure you've not been paying attention to this entire case.
Why don't we ask the warden what she thinks?
You can find bells anywhere. Anyone could have attached it, right?
I see, so you don't know. These bells are Dogen's trademark. There are only 2 in the world.
These balls are Duggan's trademark.
What?
What do you mean you don't recognize Dogen's testicles? And so attaching the ball would naturally make you the killer.
Do you have any evidence that I have the knife? You don't you?
Of course I understand. In that case, this is the best. I'd like to request an investigation immediately.
Yeah, but if If you find it, it'll be problematic for me. I'll lose.
It does not matter now. It is necessary to reveal the truth. You are a prosecutor, are you not?
Well, even if you say that.
Curse this useless prosecutor. If only I still had investigative rights.
Besides, we can't investigate without the warden's permission, right?
There's no way she would approve. We have no choice but to investigate ourselves.
If you don't have evidence, then there's no use in continuing this conversation.
The goddess of law does not smile upon those with no evidence. This will have to be continued in the courtroom.
It's no good. If we give the warden more time here, she'll have definitely destroyed the evidence. It seems like I have no choice but to raise an objection and stall for time. I don't have anything to have in it. Is that really acceptable? Is it really okay, really like me to do something like this reckless? No, not good. Now is not the time for hesitation. Right now, I'm not a prosecutor, but an attorney's assistant. I need to protect my client. That face looks so stupid. I'm the only one who can save him now in that case. Even if it is a 1 in a million chance, I have to take it. It's sink or swim. Shall I raise an objection?
We always raise an objection. There's only been one time in the series where we weren't meant to raise an objection.
It almost feels like I turned into a certain bluffing piece of shit.
He's talking
now,
about
I can't come to
me.
standstill here.
He's talking about me.
Get out of it. Sign it. Hold it! That's
This
hammer.
is the 4th time, Prosecutor Edgeworth. What now?
I like turtles. I just realized something.
That you're a shit prosecutor? What would that be, pray tell?
Naturally, the whereabouts of the real murder weapon. The Riggins knife.
Mr. Edgeworth, is that really true?
Yes. Though it is a lie.
I find that hard to believe. This isn't a bluff, is it?
You underestimate me. The word bluff does not exist in my dictionary.
He says bluffing.
This is bad for my heart.
There's no way you could know. Because such a thing doesn't even exist.
Well then, could you enlighten us? Where is the real murder weapon?
Think. Think. Somewhere the police didn't look. A blind spot in this animal-filled prison. A hiding place the warden would have complete confidence in. Hiding place? Come to think of it. It was inevitable. Anubis, show them your mouth.
Anubis pulls that x-ray.
A method. It's poetic, isn't it? The plan she hates the most, and she uses the same technique as him, huh? No, it couldn't be, could it? But
There's probably an Aesop in there somewhere that basically killers are no better than each other.
there aren't that many ways to hide things from an investigator's eye.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, how long do you intend to keep us waiting?
Another 10 years you don't keep that attitude up. It's possible, but I'm taking a big gamble here. Highlight the crocodile pond. Alligator pond. Crocodile alligator. Mom said that she's a hater.
Here, in the courtyard?
Indeed.
That's not enough information. Please show us in more detail.
Hand to the crown where the crocodile is. Sorry, the alligator. The alligator, sorry.
Hello.
Look at the alligator just like... That's it! Then! What's the matter, detective?
It looks like there's a metal detector reacting to this alligator. What?
Really? Why?
Of course, that's why the metal detector reacted. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to take a look at this.
The chisel?
Wasn't that just a fake murder weapon?
They're gonna hit the chisel inside his dog's mouth. And the real murder weapon was hidden in very much the same way. The real murder weapon is in the pond, and inside the alligator.
What?
What?
We can confirm that the metal detector reacts to the alligator. Judge Courtney, please have the inside of the alligator examined.
I give my consent. We'll have to call a veterinarian. I can make that little girl open her mouth.
Oh, God,
Can I
can you
help?
now?
I forgot she was there.
Don't worry, we all do. Yes, go ahead. Why is Gumshoe here?
I don't know, yeah.
I think, like, why is Gumshoe, like, you know, going to...
It's so we can expect the contents.
I guess. Warden Roland. Discovering the real murder weapon will settle this matter once and for all. Why don't you just do the honourable thing and confess? Now.
What would I have to confess?
In that case, you can just wait for your fate to be sealed.
Yeah, we found it, sir.
Just where you said it would be.
It's over! Patricia Roland, the real murder weapon is none other than Dogan's knife. And the one who murdered Horace Knightley can only be you.
Logan was an evil one. I didn't do anything wrong. It was completely reasonable. That guy was one of Dogan's henchmen. Him. If only he had never come to my home. I could at least still be my special paradise. He ruined it. All of it. Him. That no good assassin. Him.
I have a comment that I was going to make, but I'm going to hold myself from saying it. Fuck it. Nice rack.
I fucking knew someone was gonna come up with the boobs. Fucking
I
hell.
was like how she's wearing a prison outfit, by the way. It's the best of the best. We have the results. The best of the best. Looks like even the forensics officers have it tough. We found traces of Knightley's blood on Dogan's knife. It was just like you said. You're the best, Mrs. the Best.
Alright, good job. But don't stop there. Keep the praise coming.
Yes, sir, you're so incredible. It brings tears to my eyes. From sorrow?
Well done, Sebastian. Next comes the follow-up investigation.
What are you talking about, Justine? Hasn't the case been solved already?
I like the sign up there, eat free, live free in prison. If not yet confirmed if Knightley was truly one of Dogan's henchmen, there is also a chance that Warden Ronan jumped to conclusions.
Oh!
That is the remaining uncertainty in this case.
Anyways, let's keep investigating. Totally my idea. You there, come with me. She's on the best. The truth will appear before me first. When that moment arrives, make sure you don't miss it.
Yes, sir, I'm looking forward to witnessing your first-rate ability.
Let's go!
Alright, the best go where?
I haven't thought about that part yet.
We live in
And he
troubling
doesn't go-
times.
Can I just say,
What?
the way he went was away from the crime scene.
We live in troubling times, wouldn't you agree?
Hmm?
The would-be assassin of the president was found murdered in the prison.
Knightley had not planned to assassinate the president.
The truth is not as vital as you seem to believe it to be. Not to the world. Not to the law. I'm sorry, what?
See, Courtney, the goddess of law would be really pissed of you right now.
That can't be right. Believe what you will, however. As long as Prosecutor Edgeworth remains a prosecutor, it is an inescapable reality.
The prosecutor is not someone who demands a guilty verdict. That is what I believe.
Those are merely your values. The law is not the plaything of any one person.
You're playing with it right now.
If you will not submit to that, you will do well to prepare for the consequences.
What's that supposed to mean, pal? Don't tell me you're gonna...
Shut up.
Now then, this is where I must take my leave. Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Gumshoe's ready to fucking lay into that woman. Corny is right that we should not serve any one person's desires. However, if the truth is bent as a result of that, can that really be called justice? Oh shit, it is loser.
Simon!
Monkey. It's you.
I'll use this, yeah. But, boss! What happened? They said you could come out already? Well, honestly, I don't know for sure. All of a sudden, they were like, you're free to go, and you should thank Mr. Edgeworth. Well, that's because he found out who the real murderer was. Really? He did, Mr. Edgeworth?
Monkey Meme didn't get born until after the game.
Oh, no, I know. Even if you glare at me like that, it's useless. I'm innocent after all. You can't make me guilty.
I just proved you innocent, you dumb fuck.
Simon, you should thank him, you know.
Right,
You're right.
over the head.
Thank you very much. I want to thank you too.
Good grief, Yare Dese.
Mr. Defense Attorney, can I ask you just one more question?
No. I'm not defense attorney.
But I'm not a rapper.
I'm not a rapper.
I thought that Knightley and I were friends. No, I mean best friends. I always thought that we were. You don't think so anymore? Well, I'm just wondering. There were some things I had no idea about. Like how he could hate someone enough to kill them. That's why... maybe he never trusted me either? Simon, that's not true. You're lying. Because if I had known, I could have stopped him. I would have told him he had no need to be angry with anyone.
In the case, I don't think he disliked you either. Let's show him proof that Knightley trusted him. The chessboard.
Is it the chessboard?
Yes. He trusted him to bring it.
That's what I gave to...
Knightley hid a chisel inside it. Most likely to aid his escape.
Escape? He used me?
He trusted in you. He knew you'd bring it to him without looking into it and without question. And doing just that, you were caught up in everything.
Knightley, you idiot!
Cringe.
Looks like he gets it. Simon is not as dumb as he looks after all. I'm sure he'll be back to normal by tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Did you just say he looks dumb?
Dumb. Me just laughing. Was that supposed to be a compliment?
Oh, I'll be strong. I'll become a splendid wild animal tamer for Knightley's sake.
A minute I thought it was going to say tamer, just say, I'm a splendid wild animal. Excellent, that's the spirit. Monkey. I don't think the monkey was really much of a meme until, like, after we stopped recording it for a bit.
I almost forgot. If you'd like, please come to our next show.
Is that fucking Maximilian Galactica?
It's Max Galactic Fuck!
No, it's Billy Bob Johns.
It's Billy Bob Johns. I'll also be performing in it. The Berry Big Circus is always fabulous and fun for all ages. Apparently so is marriage, according to Maximilian Galactica. Wow, that sounds like fun. Let's go, Mr. Edgeworth.
No, we're not doing... I'll think about it.
We're not doing Turnabout Big Top again.
As we go, we get back to Turnabout Big... It's always next time to go back to Turnabout Big Top once again.
Well, we need to get back to practicing right away. You'll be with Regina today. With Regent today.
Regent.
What? The tiger? No, wait. It'll be fine. He's a good boy. No way. There is no way it will be fine.
Night I dine on Phoenix soup.
Please cut me a break, boss! And there they go. But man, bravo, you really put on a good show today, Miles.
It's all thanks to you, Mr. Shield. Without your help, she might have gotten away. Not to mention allowing us to continue the investigation.
Oh man, cut it out already. You're gonna make me blush!
I never know when you're being serious.
Uncle Ray is always serious.
Even when
How
you're
was it,
trying
Miles?
to get hugs from children.
How did it feel to be a defense attorney? To save people?
Defense attorney.
But that really took me back. It was just like being next to your old man again. It's been a while since I felt this good.
It was, well, it's somewhat difficult to say it was a good thing.
Come on, Miles. Are you sure you don't want to be a defense attorney?
What?
You know, pick up where your father left off. Don't you want to save people like he did?
What are you talking about, pal? This Jojo is a prosecutor.
But is it really that unusual for a prosecutor to become a defense attorney these days? Unusual isn't the problem here! Hey, don't be so upset. It's normal, you know? Normal! It's not!
Normal, pal.
You'd all make for a powerful defense team.
Fields, I'm a prosecutor.
And Uncle Ray is a defense attorney. That's why I'm being serious about this. Well, that's just my opinion. Feel free to drop by any time if you have a change of heart. I'll be waiting for you.
Alright,
Bye.
So ways about looking behind him. Cool guys, don't face their friends. Follow in my father's footsteps. Me? Become a defense attorney? I'm going to become a defense attorney just like my dad. Should I become a defense attorney? Like my father? Look at this dapper gentleman.
It's absolute Chad.
He is pretty much a Chad. There we go. End of the case.
We can finally go. We're done. See you guys next time in the Inherited Turnabout. Fuck
Actually,
off.
stick with the marathon.
Bye-bye.
Tell my audience to fuck off.
See you later.